been big old round. It has been. Round 24 is about to come to a close as we watch on the North Queensland Cowboys taking on the Newcastle Knights. Hey guys, how you going today on BKR Sport? Let's finish it up. Let's finish it damn well up here. It's been a big round, a lot of real telling round for a lot of teams. We've just seen Manly just do a manly thing. And look really poor and lose to the Tigers. You know, we've seen plenty of things adjusting. Top 8 battle rocking and rolling. Wooden Spoons battle still very hot. This game's got a lot to do with that. Obviously, the minor premiership race still on, and top 4 battle is even hotter now with that Broncos win yesterday and the Sharks obviously getting a winner with a bye next week. So, a lot going on. But unfortunately, we are not ending off the round in fantastic terms with this one because these two teams are down the bottom of the table. They are well entrenched into the bottom 4, being in 15th position and in 16th position. With one team winning here today would be huge for them to avoid the spoon battle, and one team losing would be just absolutely damn well massive in regards to, really dropping out and putting themselves into a bad position. So let's get into it. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here. Game starts in 5 minutes' time. Let's run it through. North Queensland Cowboys, home of the Woolgoodle and Bindal people, they are in 15th position, whilst the Knights, the home of the Awabakar people, they are in 16th position, and this is Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville, the home of the Woolgoodle peoples, and the ins here for the Cowboys. Harrison Edwards, Jordan McLean, Carl Lawton, Thomas McKaylee, and Viliami Vailea, with the outs being Cohen Hess, Jackson Bolo, Caden Lars, Marley Bitungane, and Nicholas Lanaz. The fullback is Scott Drinkwater, with the wingers being Sammy Valame and Braden Burns. Centres of Jackson Purdue and Viliami Vailea comes in from the 18th man into the starting centre. You've got the 5'8", which is Jake Clifford, the halfback of Tom Dearden, who is captain. And then the front row forwards are Jordan McLean and big Jason Taumalolo. Number 9 is Reece Robson. Back row, John Bateman and Jeremiah Nene, with the 13 being Ruben Cotter. And then the interchange, Zach Labour. He goes out from the starting centre into the bench with Carl Lawton, Harrison Edwards and Thomas McKaylee, with the 18th man replacement being Kai O'Donnell, who was originally meant to be on the bench. And then Todd Payton is the coach. This game starts in about 3 minutes' time, so we better rock and roll through the Knights team list as well. Brodie Jones, Connor Vitano, James Schiller and Matthew Arthur are in, with the outs being Elijah Salesa, Leon Moana, Fletcher Hunt, Phoenix Crossland and Tyson Gamble. The fullback, I believe on debut, Connor Vitano, with the wingers being Dominic Young and Greggy Martiu, centres of Dane Gagai and Bradman Best, with the 5'8" being Jake Arthur and the 7 being Jack Cogger. Go to the props, the front row forwards, Jacob Safidi and Leo Thompson, and the number 9 is Jaden Brayley. The back row is Jermaine McEwen and Kai Pearce-Paul, with the 13 being Tyson Frizzell. Interchange of Matthew Arthur, Matt Croker, Thomas Kent and Brodie Jones, with the 18th man replacement being James Schiller, and the coach is Adam O'Brien. This is a complete toss-up. I could have absolutely 0% of an idea of how to tip this game. I don't know why I said I could. I do have a 0% idea of how to predict this game here. So, look, who do I predict? I'm going to go the Cowboys here at home. I am just not confident at all. Both these teams are in second last and third last for a reason. So if you have a very confident tip in this game, I applaud you, how you've been able to find that, because both these teams have the ability to lose and lose well, and both these teams have the ability to win off the back of the other team losing and losing well, realistically, as a reason why they are both down here. So I will take the Cowboys at home. I think that this could be a world where we do see a 13-pluser maybe, but I'm going to go with the 1-12 here for the Cows. I just think they've got more attacking than the Knights do. The Knights' defense is actually really good. Like, Knights defensively this year have given up 448 points, which is better than a couple of teams in the top 8. It's better than the Broncos. It's better than the Sharks. It's a better defense than the Roosters. Better defense than the Dolphins. Better defense than the Dragons, the Tigers, the Eels, the Rabbitohs, the Cowboys, and obviously the Titans as well. So their defense this year is actually second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It's actually the 6th best defense this year. No, sorry, it's the 7th best defense this year. No, it's not, because Manly just played their game. So it is the 6th best defense this year, but that is with one extra game played. So you do have to kind of weigh that into the account, especially coming up against the Cowboys, who can score a few points. Nothing too crazy. But, the point of the matter is they're 6th, 7th area for the Knights in defense, but attacking-wise, 296 is just abhorrent. They have not even hit 300 points yet. Nearly every other team is at 400 points minimum. The Rabbitohs 381, the Eels at 380. And the Tigers at 385 are the other three worst teams for attack. So pretty much everybody is at least within 20 of 400. The Knights are the only team that haven't even hit 300 yet. So that tells you their attacking problems. And then you go for the Cowboys. The Cowboys have given up 614 points this year, which is the second worst defense in the league, just behind the Titans, just in front of the Titans, sorry. But their attack at 436 is the same as the Titans there, but better than a few of the teams around their area, but still is probably going to be around that 12-13 range. It's not as great as it has been in previous years. So look, I'm still going to take the Cows here, but defense usually wins championships. Not that the Knights are going to be winning anything this year. So defense probably does trump it. But look, both Knights attack is awful, but the Cowboys defense is really bad. The Cowboys attack isn't that great, but the Knights defense is very good. Pretty damn well good. So, yeah, maybe you do lean with the Knights here, but I'm going to go the Cows. I'm going to say the Cows do win this. They've won the last 4 matchups between them as well. Now, just quickly before the game starts, Knights 18 points. If they lose this game, they stay in 16th, but they're well entrenched with that Titans in the wooden spoon battle. If they win this game, however, they have a minus 152 points differential. They would go above the Cowboys, who are on 19 points, and above the Rabbitohs into 14th position with their points differential. Being about 40 odd better, and they would actually go above the Eels into 13th position as well. So despite the Eels win yesterday, the Knights would actually jump into 13th position, and that is as high as they could go. Cowboys, on the other hand, they lose this game, they go to 16th position and are well entrenched with the Titans down there. But if the best result here for the Titans actually is the Knights losing, because the Cowboys are still 3 points away. The game has kicked off. Knights get the ball here and bring it out to the 10 through Greggy Martz. 15 through Greggy Martz. You hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. So yeah, the Cowboys, if they lose, they will be in 16th position. If they win this game, however, they would go above the Rabbitohs and also the Eels into 13th position, but that's as high as they go. So basically, whoever loses is in 16th position, and whoever wins is in 13th position. That's just simply the most simple way to put it. But guys, like I said, thumbs up, subscribe. 4 tackle here for the Knights. They're at the 45, and this could be an absolute shitfest of a game, so get ready for it. But let's have a laugh throughout, and let's just try and focus in for the final 80 minutes of round 24, 2025. Knights on fifth tackle at the 42. Jake Arthur will kick this ball down into the corner. And Cowboys, Scott Shrinkwater grabs it at the 10. He flicks it off to Braden Burns, and he'll bring it out to the 15. Kiraz says Cowboys win. I'm tipping the Cows. I think it's a really, really tough one. A really tough one to call. Sachin Kelson, member for 43 months. This is going to be one of the games of all time. This is going to be one of the games of all time. You are right, Sachin. Appreciate you for being a member for 43 months. Get around you. It goes a long way. But one of the games of all time, you're right. You are right. It definitely is a game, and this is all time. It is a part of the history of all time. So you are right. No, spot on there, mate. Jason Tamalolo gets his ball to the 35 on third tackle. Brendan says, Carnilly covered up, Connor. Jelly Beans is crazy. The end of next round, Panthers could be 7th if they lose and the Broncos win. Well, Panthers aren't guaranteed for the top 8 yet, but the Broncos winning was actually massive for them to keep that gap between them and the Dolphins, who are in 9th position on 26 points. Basically, the Panthers would have to lose all 3 of their games, and the Dolphins would have to win all 3 of their games. So I don't think that happens, but the point of the matter is that the Panthers do have 2 really tough matches. Cowboys knock that ball on. It'll be Knights 0 tackle at the 15. So yeah, if the Panthers lose all 3 of their games against the Raiders, the Bulldogs, and then the Dragons, then there is still a chance they could actually drop out of the top 8. Jay said score, mate. Gee whiz, he's all over it today. First time for everything. He's absolutely all over it. So the score is updated, and we're rolling. 4 tackle now for the Knights. They'll get this ball here to the 42. Don't be surprised if you see a lot of errors in this game, lads. Karad says, feel bad for the Cowboys after their loss last week. Hope they win. Why? They weren't good enough to win that game last week. They just simply weren't that great last week. Still 4 tackle here for the Knights at the 45. Now the 40. And it'll be fifth tackle now. Brendan says, keen to see how Matty Arthur comes off the bench. This game's a pre-spoon bowl. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much it is. That's an awful kick from the Knights. And the Cowboys will get a 7 tackle set at the 20. Right into the in goal. That was very poor. So Braden Burns, he brings it out to the 30. And it'll be first tackle. But yeah, the Cowboys, they lost that game last week, fair and square. They just simply weren't good enough. Both teams wanted to lose that. The Eels also wanted to lose it, but they were very lucky there was an obstruction in the last couple of seconds of the game, which prevented a try for the Cows. Yeah, Man City looked good yesterday, Gary. It was only against the Wolves, but a very big win that puts them to the top of the table. I was really impressed by Sunderland, actually. Sunderland getting a big win against West Ham was massive, 3-0. For a newly promoted team to get a big win like that on their first game back, that's really impressive stuff. So third tackle for the Cowboys. And now Clifford off to Jeremiah Nene. And Nene is going to be at the 35 on fourth tackle. Took a while for City to get into their groove, but then once they got into their groove, they just absolutely put a massive score behind Wolves and got them off to an awful start of the season. Fifth tackle here for Newcastle. No, sorry, for Cowboys. And it's Reece Robson off to Dearden. Dearden at the back of the Drinkwater. This is a try coming up. This is a try coming up. This is a try coming up. Scotty Drinkwater will score. And it's 4-0 with the kick to come. And that's actually really nice hands there from the Cowboys. That was a well-earned try, that. That was a well-earned try, that. So 4-0 North Queensland with 36 minutes to go of the first half. 4-0. Gary, so West Ham could go down this season. Good win for Spurs too. I don't think they will. They'll struggle for the first half, but West Ham always find a way to kind of save their bacon. They always find a way. But yeah, they don't look great. That's a really nice pass inside there from not Vallejo, sorry. That is, the centre over there is... Oh, they did put Jackson Perchu in, by the way. Oh, no, yeah, I'm thinking about Zach Laybot. But no, that was, yeah, Viliami Vallejo with a really nice pass inside there for Drinkwater. Too easy. Too easy, baby. Sports Centre United Arsenal tomorrow. Yeah, can't wait to not watch it. Can't wait to not watch it. 15th place versus second place. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. So, red hot start there for the Cowboys. Scott Drinkwater tries this season. He has got 10. And that was too easy. I'm very worried about the Knights after that. Actually, how many points have the Knights been given up recently? Because the beginning part of the season, they were extremely defensively stout. But I think recently they've kind of been getting up a few points, haven't they? Yeah, so they got 48 points to the Panthers. They got 44 points to the Raiders. They got 20 points to the Warriors. 32 points to the Storm. 22 points to the Raiders. 20 points to the Dolphins. Only 12 to the Roosters, but 22 points to Manly. So ever since round 14, ever since round 13, their defense has just completely fallen off a cliff, actually. So those defensive stats are really based off of the first half of the season. Only 8 points against the Tigers, 12 points against the Dolphins, 26 points against the Titans, 20 points against the Dogs and Tigers. Yeah, like overall, their defense has been very good for the most part of the first half, but this back half, they've been, in their last 5 games, the Knights, they've given up 48, 44, so that's that's 92. 20 to the Warriors, so that's 112. 32, so that's 144. And then Raiders 22, so that is a 166 points in their last 5 games. Wowee. All right, first tackle now for the Cowboys, and they'll be at the 15, and they'll get this ball across here to Clifford, and Clifford brings it now to the 24 on second tackle. Connor didn't read that attack well. Well, the Knights didn't defend well just then because it's now a penalty to the Cowboys. Kai Pearce-Paul gives away the penalty. It's going to be very tough here for Vitona today. Cowboys are elusive when they want to be. When they want to be, they definitely do know how to attack. But every single week we do usually end up going over their comparison statistics with the last 4 years. And it has been a constant trajectory downwards attacking-wise from very good attack. And the defense has actually been a constant trajectory downwards as well. But a big drop-off this year, despite the fact that for 4 years, the Cowboys have been known for a bad defensive team, but a really good attacking team. But this year was a significant drop-off, about 100 points in both categories. So second tackle here at the 30, and Reece Robson goes to Tom Dearden. Tom Dearden underneath to Jordan McLean. Tamalolo. And Tamalolo is going to be 18 metres out here from the line. Third tackle, 7 minutes in. Cowboys off to a hot start, but then again, Manly also got to a hot start, and they got Papamundos. Jeremiah Nene. What are you doing? That is a stupid flick pass, and it's going to be Knights getting the ball at the 10. Gary says, has this season panned out how you would expect? Any surprises on the ladder? Surprised with how good the Raiders have been. I did predict them a lot better than most people did. I had them for 9th. I thought next year was their year. Go back to my post-season video last year with the Raiders, and I said that 2026 was probably more likely when they were going to be good, so it's 1 year too late there because this year's been fantastic. But I did have them a lot higher than other people did. I had the Storm for 2nd. That's exactly where they are. I had the Bulldogs for 6th. They're currently in 3rd. They've been better than I expected, but they're also showing a couple of faulty signs on a reason why I did have them for down there in 6th, which is actually where they finished last year as well. The Warriors, I got completely wrong. I had them in 2nd last, but I thought they would have an adjustment period in regards to their halves situation, and they haven't been great in attack this year. It's just their defense has been very, very good. So that's been a surprise. Panthers in 5th position. Long season-wise, no, it's not a surprise that they're up there, but in regards to the context of how the season's played out, I'm very surprised that they started off so poorly and then have just rocketed home like a train, but there is the context applied there too. Broncos I had for 5th, they're in 6th, so I'm happy kind of with where they're at and where my prediction was. Knights get the offload away here, and they're away here. Jack Cogger, back on the... Oh no, Knights have bombed a try. Oh no, Connor Vitano knocks that ball on there. Jack Cogger kind of bombed that though. The pass wasn't great, and that was that was really, really poor from Jack Cogger. Like, Cogger does get a really good line break there from a great offload from the Knights, but he had to be giving that ball to Vitano. Oh yeah, that pass from Cogger was awful. So Broncos I'm okay with. Sharks, they're in 7th. There's still a chance they get into the top 4. They're relatively likely, actually, to get into that top 4 with the draw for the Panthers specifically and the Wars, but still very disappointed on how the Sharks have gone this year, but at least they're a top 8 team and still fighting for a top 4 spot, which kind of gets a little bit of respect behind them still. Roosters I had 4th last because they had a lot of players out, a lot of player injuries, a lot of players signing elsewhere, so I'm surprised that they've been able to get up there, but I'm also not surprised because their culture is very strong and they're able to do a lot with it. There's an injury here for the Cowboys, God bless him. Second tackle of the Cows. That's going to be... He's just... something with his leg. I don't think there's a bad tackle here. A back of the Achilles. No, surely not. Hopefully not. Yeah, his knee's in the back of his Achilles there. I don't know if they're going to say anything bad about it. But it's Viliami Vailea there, the one with the injury. But no, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with the tackle. Dolphins. I think I had the Dolphins quite low, to be fair, post Wayne Bennett. I'm not completely surprised by them. Manly, I'm surprised with how shit they've been. That's for sure. 4 tackle now for the Cowboys at the 35. 10 minutes gone in the first half. 30 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Dragons I had for 8th. I'm not surprised with them being 11th. It's not too far off, but I'm definitely not surprised with their season. Tigers, I did have for last, but that was only on the basis that they'd won 3 wooden spoons in a row, so you're going to do that. 1 second. Knights will knock the ball on there. Knocked a ball on, and it's going to be Cowboys ball here at the 10. But they've had a better season, the Tigers, for sure. Eels, not surprised, in 13th. Rabbitohs, not surprised, in 4th. Rabbitohs I have for 7th, but that's just because of injuries. I do genuinely believe they would have been a top 8 team without all their injuries this season. So I will take that away from the surprising factor. Cowboys, not surprised. Knights, not surprised. And Titans, definitely not surprised. So, yeah, a couple of surprises for sure, but overall I'm pretty happy with where I saw most teams. Sean James, hard to win a game if you drop the ball all the time. The handling has been shit this round. It has been pretty poor this round, but you can't expect good ball handling in this game. Not possible. All right, Jake Clifford off to John Bateman, and Bateman's going to be 10 metres out here from the line. 10 metres out. And that's a penalty here to the Cowboys. They could consider going for the 2 here. I think they probably do, to be fair. They probably do make it an 8-0 game, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So it's about to be 8-0 here to the Cowboys, 10 minutes in. Yeah, I did hear about that fight, ZDT. Brent Nasik says, I had Rabbits top 8 as well. Well, I think they do. Like, with a full-strength team, dude, with a full-strength team, realistically, they probably do make the top 8. You know, you add in Cameron Murray, you add in a Latrell Mitchell. If they have, please, Wayne Bennett, put Latrell Mitchell to the centre next year with Jai Gray fullback. I really hope that he keeps Jai Gray fullback and Latrell Mitchell in the centres. Yes, they've still got to look and see what they're doing with their halves situation, but I've got good word that Dave Fafita's going there. But Cameron Murray out, Campbell Graham out a large point of the season. You know, Jack Whiten's been out suspended. You've got Cody Walker's been out injured. You've had injuries throughout the halves as well. There's just so many players that have been gone, and it's been a really rough one to watch. I genuinely believe the Rabbitohs would have been a contender team for the top 8 and in that 7th, 8th position if the injuries hadn't have hit them so heavy. Especially with the fact that Wayne's actually getting some decent enough defense out of them. So that's going to be a penalty. They do get the kick. It's 8-0 to the Cowboys. He has been getting some decent defense out of them recently, specifically. Like, the Rabbitohs this year have given up 572 points, which is not good. It's a bottom 4 defense. But I haven't actually minded how they've kind of adjusted into the way that Wayne wants them to play. Again, they're very depleted recently. Besides that Broncos game, they gave up 16 points to the Eels. They gave up 18 points to the Titans. They got only 14 points to the Sharks there. Like, I'm not too upset with the performances of the Rabbitohs, despite that Broncos game, but that was always going to happen. So Cowboys now second tackle. They'll be at the 20. They will be at the 20. We haven't won up in Townsville since 2015. I don't think you play there too much, though. I know you haven't beaten the Cowboys in the last 4 games. You beat them 5 games ago, but I don't think you feel it really play back there too much. So third tackle now at the 35. Now Tom Dearden. Dearden gives it to John Bateman, and they'll beat the 50. Brenton, I'm not going to lie to you, mate. I'm not going to lie to you. It's looking worrying for the Knights today. It's looking very worrying. I'm a bit concerned this could be a blowout, which I did kind of allude to before the game started. Knock on from the Knights. Oh, Vitano's having a shocker. Oh, Vitano's having a shocker here, ladies and gentlemen. Vitano's having a shocker to start. So this is going to be Cowboys ball at the 20. Who's this referee? Is he a brand new referee? Who's the referee, lads? I don't know if I've ever seen him before. Yeah, but who is this? Has anyone seen this referee before? I've never seen him before. So it's going to be Captain's Challenge. They're going to call Disruptor here. They're going to ask for a Disruptor penalty, which is just so up in the air on what they call. He's going for the ball. He's trying to knock it back. Oh, Jake Clifford. Sorry, I was looking at Viliame Vailea. Jake Clifford does make early contact. This is a penalty. So that's a good challenge. That is a good challenge. Successful challenge there. Sean says, no matter haven't. You haven't what? You haven't what? So Jake Clifford will give away a penalty. And the Knights will have a successful challenge. Give me 1 second here, guys. All right, we're back. We are back. Gee whiz. So I had one of those like really itchy throats. And I had like a little bit of a coughing fit. Sometimes you just, I don't know, we talk a lot here on the channel. So sometimes I just had a really itchy throat. Oh, the ref. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Well, Sean, you don't even watch the games, do you? I think you use us as the commentary. I don't think you watch the game, do you? Or maybe you are watching this one, I'm not sure. So the Knights now, Frizzell out to Arthur, and then the Knights will get this ball forward tackle to the 35. It doesn't even have the referee's name here on NRL.com. It's only got Grant Atkins as the bunker official, who we obviously know. But welcome back, Newcastle. 6 again, and a knock on right after. Welcome back to Knights games. Yeah, it's only got Grant Atkins. The rest of the name is Jared Cole. It's his debut as a ref. Okay, cool. Cool, well, I hope he does well, because this game is going to be a game full of errors, so he's going to have a lot to call on today. He's going to have a lot to call on. We have already seen 6 errors in this game. 4 errors for the Knights and 2 errors for the Cowboys. We have been here for 14 minutes. Yeah, just this, mate. Yes, it's Sean. Why are you answering the question of, has anyone here seen this referee before, if you're not watching the game to see who the referee is? Why are you answering the question then, Sean? And penalty the Cowboys. I'm telling you, the referee's got a lot to do today. That's the 5th penalty in this game too. Oh my goodness me. Oh, 4 penalties, sorry. Oh, dude. Lads, we've got a tough fight here. We've got a slog coming up. We've got a slog-a-runo coming up here watching this game. Especially if the Cowboys do end up just blowing it out, because I'm in Thailand. No, I know where you are, Sean. No, I know where you are. Sean's on the Sunday sesh. He is on the Sunday sesh. Look out, Chiang Mai. Look out. Cowboys here. Scott Drinkwater at the 20. Doesn't break away from the tackle, but gets the offload away, and they'll be taken down to the 22nd tackle. Oh, Knights. Oh, it's not looking pretty, Sunshine. It's not looking pretty right now, Sunshine. Tom Dearden, he goes in himself. He'll be 15 metres out. Yeah, always. Yeah, you can't be in Thailand and not have a Sunday sesh every day. It's Sunday somewhere in the universe. Sunday somewhere. And it's going to be John Bateman at the 3. Might not be Sunday somewhere on the planet, but it'll be Sunday somewhere in the universe. Reece Robson out to Jordan McLean. And McLean is going to be 4 metres out, fit tackle. Peter getting around the Cowboys. Yeah, they probably should win this one. With the way that the Knights are playing. Oh, that's going to be a knock on there from the Knights. No, I thought Tyson Frizzell knocked that ball on. He must have just touched his body. But anyway, first tackle for Newcastle at 2. Yeah, Reece Robson's been very good to start this game. Well done, goalpost. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that touched Tyson Frizzell. I thought it was a knock on, but no, it was the goalpost that prevented a try there for the Cows. And now third tackle. Yeah, no, my brain was all over the shop there. It was nowhere close to being a knock on Frizzell. I just want to see Brenton Eslick. I want to see him blow up today. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a hefty little Brenton Eslick blow up. That's what I want to see. Odd Papa says, we always say it's 5 o'clock somewhere on the planet when we go on all-day benders. Yeah, no, we all definitely say that, but I'm taking it to a new level, and I'm saying that it's not 5 o'clock somewhere. It's always a Sunday sesh somewhere in the universe. Might not be Sunday every day or any day on the world, but around the universe, mate. Sunday somewhere. Second tackle. Brent says, I can't blow up. I've been used to this dribble for weeks. Sure, but I don't usually blow up at the Titans, but I'll still blow up at the Titans. I'm used to it, right? I know what my Titans team is. I know we're shithouse. I know we're in last place. I know we're going to get the spoon this year. I know we're really, really poor. Knock on there from the Cowboys, and the Knights will get the ball at 35. I know where my Titans team is at. I know we are awful, but I still have a blow up in me at the team. I do still have a blow up in me. Yeah, it wasn't a knock on, it was just a bad play the ball. Didn't get to his feet first. Alright. Oh, there's a Leichhardt game next week. Oh, that's good. So Knights at the 30, it'll be first tackle. Okay, let's see. With their putrid attack this season, this will be the first time they break the 300 plane. If they can score just some points in this game. Actually, how many points do they need to get above 300? They do need just one try. Just one try to get above 300. Surely you score one try here today, Newcastle. Surely, just one. That's all we're asking for, lads. All we're asking for is just one. Jake Arthur, now they're 5 metres out for tackle. Geez, that's signing for the Bulldogs. You can see that Leo Thompson hasn't been anywhere near as... Oh, good offload there! No! Knock on from the Knights. And lads, there might be a bunker shout here for a tackle without the ball. He's about to check it. He's just waiting for this play to run out first, and then there you go. So they're going to go to the bunker here just to check and see if he got tackled without the ball. It might be a penalty try here. It'll be close. You can't expect the world from him. Come on, Jelly Bean. I'm trying my best here to get through the game. I'm just trying my best, Jelly Bean. You know, that's definitely a tackle without the ball. This is definitely a professional foul, and I think he catches that. So that should be a penalty try. Oh! They're saying Jeremiah Nene is there. Nah. You can't say Jeremiah Nene would have stopped him in that situation. That should have been a penalty try, but it is going to be a sin bin for the Cowboys regardless. No, I'm sorry. You can't say Jeremiah Nene being in the vicinity would have stopped him there if he catches that ball. He's still 5 metres away from him to the left-hand side. Yeah, so Reece Robson goes to the bin. It's the right call here to bin him, but that should for me be a penalty try. He's tackled without the ball. He catches that ball, and where's Jeremiah Nene in this shot? Where is Nene? Nene is 5 metres away from him. John Bateman got put on report as well, but Jeremiah Nene wasn't even in that shot. How can you say the vicinity of John Bateman has a chance to stop that try? For me, that's a penalty try. But anyway, it's going to be a sin bin for the Cowboys, and the Knights will get the ball 2 metres out. Okay, here we go. Let's break the 300 plane here, Newcastle. Come on. Here we go. I believe. Come on, Jelly Bean. Believe with me. We believe in the Knights scoring here. 6 again for Newcastle. 5 metres out. Oh, no. Okay, they've called penalty for offside because it would have been a knock-on otherwise, Newcastle. It would have been a knock on Newcastle, but they have luckily gotten away with it there, and it will be a penalty for offside. The Knights are 10 metres out, and they give it to Leo Thompson. Like I said before, he'd be very excited about going to the Bulldogs next year, and they need someone like that in the forwards to help out guys like Maxi King and whatnot. Out of the left-hand side, nearly an intercept by Semi Valame, but it will be a knock-on. So Knights, again, 10 metres out. Jay says only 61 minutes to go. That is a lie, Jay, and I'd really appreciate you being truthful here today. It's actually 60 minutes to go, and also, secondly, we've got half time of about 10 to 15 minutes. So let's be honest here on this channel. This is a very serious, honest, and respectful channel, Mr. Hayes. And I don't think we appreciate the live 61 minutes to go. There's probably about 70 minutes to go here in this game at a very minimum. Plus also stoppages probably brings it up about the 73 to 75 minutes to go mark. So, yeah, Jay, that's incorrect there. But 60 minutes to go of the game itself. 20 minutes to go of the first half. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I'm so deeply apologetic for one of our moderators lying to you and giving you hope this game was going to end sooner than it actually will. And the Knights will be taken down to the 10. It's going to be a penalty here to the Knights. Told me good. You know, sometimes we've got to do it, Jay. Sometimes we've just got to really, really do it. Lock it in. Got to lock it in, Eddie. So a late tackle here against the Cows, and they're very ill-disciplined these last few moments. Give another player 10. Do you reckon the Knights will find a way to score if there's 11 players on the field for the Cowboys? Crawl back under my rock. Gee whiz, Jay. Gotta really sort yourself out. Out to the left for Newcastle. Here we go. Here's your chance. It's Kai Pearce-Paul, who is 2 metres away, 3 metres away from the line. Second tackle. Come on, you've got to score here, Knights. You've just got to score. They give it to Jack Cogger. Cogger short ball. Leo Thompson offloads it. Try time. No. No. I'm crashing out, Brenton says. They've dropped the ball over the line, Newcastle. Oh, no. Oh, no. Brenton says, I'm crashing out. I told you it was coming, Brenton. You can be used to this point of the season all you like, just like I can be used to where the Titans are at, but the crash out is still valid, mate. Oh, lads, okay. There's 59 minutes left of actual gameplay to go. Jay says my head hurts already. Oh, scam team. They're not scam. We never thought the Knights would be good this season. They're not a scam. They're not even existing on that. Oh, dearie me. So Cowboys ball here at the 11. It's the first tackle. Oh, how have they mucked that one up? How have they bombed that try? And the Cowboys, Jeremiah Dene will beat jag back to the 10-second tackle. Jelly Beans, it's all the pressure you put on them. Oh, yeah, the pressure I put on them to see one try today. Yeah, no, I'm putting way too much pressure on them to see one individual try for the Knights today against a pretty average Cowboys. A really bad second worst defensive team in the Cowboys. Yeah, no, I'm asking for too much. Cowboys go for the 40-20 here, and the Knights will get the ball at the 15 right next to the sideline. And Convatano will catch his first ball of the day at the 25. Sean says that is painful. It was a guaranteed bomb try. Second tackle, Greg Marty at the 30. Oh, Papa says, Knights need to lose to help the Titans. Yeah, absolutely. The Titans' best chance to avoid the spoon would be for the Knights to lose this game and to lose this game really well after our big loss to the Sharks. But either way, mate, as a Titans fan, I do believe it's whoever wins the spoon out of the Knights and Titans deserves it. Both teams have been absolutely abhorrent this year. The Titans have actually beaten the Knights twice, however. But, you know, overall, the Titans deserve it. All the Knights deserve it. If we could give 2 spoons this year, I really would. And Scott Drinkwater would get this ball to the 20. And now Jackson Purgey brings out the 25 second tackle. Matt's on Sport TV says, chat of the Knights cooked. Well, I'm going to just do a dot here so I can join the chat. There you go. There's a dot. And I'm part of the chat now. And the Knights are cooked, yes. So third tackle now for the Cowboys. And they'll beat the 40. Oh, Papa says Rabbitohs have been just as bad. No. No. Especially with their last couple of games. No, they're not. They don't deserve the spoon. And also, there's a lot of excuses for the Rabbitohs. But, no. No, Rabbitohs haven't been just as bad as those teams, in my opinion. Especially with the fact that Knights and Titans have way less excuses. Far less excuses. Dom Young drops it, or is it a cow? No, it is just going to be a change over here. This is going to be just a horrific game to watch, lads. 17 minutes left here in the first half, and Knights ball at 15. We're going halves in the spoon. Hey, listen, I'll take it, mate. I'll take it. We've already seen 4 errors each in 24 minutes. We're looking at 10 errors basically by half time for both teams. Second tackle for Newcastle at the 35. And Jaden Bradley close to a forward pass there. But with third tackle now at the 45. Have they called 6 again, have they? Yeah, they have. They've called 6 again here for the Knights. Well, don't forget the Cowboys still have a man in the bin right now. First tackle, Croker. Now Jake Arthur. Arthur off to Vitano, and Vitano will be second tackle at the 30. All I ask of you, Knights, is just one try today, just to get you out of that the 3. Oh, they slip over, and it'll be third tackle at the 25. Set restarts is 2-0 Newcastle. Dan Gagai off to Jake Arthur. Jake Arthur out the back to Colgar. Left hand side, Greg Martiu. He's got some space here. He's 15 metres out, but good tackle here by Tom Dearden. They get the offload away, and Bradman Best, he'll be taken down 5 metres out, 4 tackle. Again, Cowboys are down a man here, Knights. You have to just score. Colgar, Leo Thompson flicks the ball at the back, and it's an intercept by the Cowboys, and Jake Clifford's away here. Jake Clifford's away at the 20, the 25, the 30. And that is Newcastle Knights football. Brenton says, I can't. I just can't. 4 minutes to go. There was so much space there for the Knights to score too, but they've thrown the ball straight to Jake Clifford. Actually, Clifford was at the Knights, wasn't he? I think they must just think he's still playing for Newcastle. Oh, that's a penalty. No! It's a lost ball from the Cowboys, and now the Knights have the ball at the 40. Oh, lads. Oh, lads. Knights. It'll be 0 tackle now. And now first tackle for Newcastle at the 20. Please don't lose the ball. 5 errors to the Knights in 25 minutes. 4 errors to the Cowboys. If they're counting that one. I think they haven't counted that one, so I think it's 5-5. Any other team will be up by 30 at the moment. Well, yeah, you're not probably wrong. Third tackle at the 10. Forgot the Red Dog played for Newcastle. Who's the Red Dog? Who's the Red Dog? Out to Leo Thompson. Leo Thompson's been really good today with some offloads. 4 tackle at the 5. This game is just peak NRL, isn't it? Yeah, no, this is peak, mate. Real exciting stuff. Knights, left-hand side. Greg Marty, 1-on-1 with Valamay, but they will... Yeah, lads, can I go? Can I end the stream? Can I end the stream? Can I go? I need to leave. I need to leave the vicinity. So it's Cowboys... Knights give away... Firstly, they give away a knock-on or pass straight the ball to the Cowboys again. And secondly, they're going to give away a penalty here in Newcastle. Kindle says both teams have no chance for the finals. Thank you, Kindle, mate. Thank you, mate. I was really wondering. I was wondering if they still had a chance. Kindle, you've helped us out greatly there, mate. Appreciate you for the acknowledgement that the Knights and the Cowboys do not have a chance at the finals. I was stressing trying to figure out if they could make it still. This performance here today from both teams has been spectacular. Oh my God, did he lose that ball in the tackle? No, first tackle of the Cowboys at the 42. Like, put up a halftime poll to end it or not. Cowboy. Well, please have an average set distance less than... Oh my gosh, there's been 6 errors to the Cowboys, 5 errors to the Knights already. Average set distance, no, they're both still well above the 25, damn it. Well, Knights are at 30, but... Must-watch footy this. Cowboys left that side, Jason Persian. They'll beat the 32, 4 tackle. Cowboys still without the bin. With the man in the bin. On your captain, obvious, Jay says. Tom Tin, Drinkwater kicks his ball into the corner. And fullback's nowhere to be seen. And luckily for the Knights, the Cowboys will knock this ball on. It'll be 0 tackle for Newcastle at the 5. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, lads. First tackle. We're only going to get through this game with absolute community spirit. Community spirit. I'm going to have one of my coconut waters to help me get me through. My coconut water. Nintendo says they could make finals. Just need 4 top 8 teams to get done for cap cheating and get stripped of points. I still think they need more than that, mate. I still think they're going to need more than that. All right. Now 4 tackle here for the Knights, and they'll be at the 35. Ibrahim says, Grassy McGrath deserves a Dally M just after tonight. Grassy McGrath deserves a Dally M from every Knights game, mate. Larkin says, Kindle, I would argue, considering Cowboys could make it by shenanigans and tomfoolery. That is the only way. That is the only way. So the Cowboys will pick this ball up at the 25. At least we saw a completed set out of Newcastle. Axis says, unpopular opinion, Roosters might make it to the finals. Okay, so we're getting some really crazy takes at the moment. Mate, the Roosters are in the finals, and they play the Eels next week. The Dolphins just lost to the Broncos, with Broncos having half of their team out. And the Dolphins conceded 60 points last week to the Roosters, which is the only other team they're competing with. So how is it an unpopular opinion for the Roosters to make the finals when they are already in the top 8 and they've come off the back of beating the Bulldogs in the top 3, and the Roosters beat the Dolphins by 60 points last week, the only other team in the top 8 battle alongside them? How is it an unpopular opinion? No, but they might win it all. But no, yeah. Oh, no, Knights. Oh my gosh. Cowboys try, lads. Oh, no. They're going to go to the bunker here, but Newcastle might just get an unpopular opinion. Raiders are in first. Jelly Bean, that is an unpopular opinion because, as you can clearly see, the Raiders are not in first. But they might win it all. So that makes a lot more sense, Axis. That makes a lot more sense, saying they might win it all. That's an unpopular-ish opinion, but that's not what he said first off. That's why I had to kind of like laugh at it. So let's just see. That's gone backwards from the Cowboys. Not even a single... There's 5 Knights players right there, and not one of them even went off the ball. The Cowboys knocked this ball back. This is a knockback. Yeah, that's gone backwards. Playing on to this point, this is going to be a try for the Cowboys. And then the Knights here will just give the ball straight to the Cowboys. Cotter, oh yeah, they've just lost the ball in the tackle. Oh, lads. Ruben Cotter's just making a tackle. It's a knock-on from the Knights, and the Cowboys will score. Brenton, buddy, Brenton, I don't know what I can tell you right now. But what I can tell you is I feel for you because I know how you feel. I know how you feel, champion. I know how you feel. Get the inhaler out. I do. I need this to get through this game. Try time with the Cowboys. 12-0 with a kick to come. 10 minutes to go of this first half, but the main thing we're talking about is 50 minutes to go of the actual game before it ends. We've still got half time to go. I might just buddy go to sleep at half time, jump into bed, cry myself to sleep that we're watching this, and we move on to next week. We're on the same wavelength, mate. The wavelength has never been more the same. Never been more the same. So 10 minutes to go. You hit that like button and subscribe. Ibrahim says there's been more knock-ons in this game than Craig has alt accounts. Yeah, that is a very rich thing for you to say there, Ibrahim/Fatima. That is very rich. But it will be a 14-0 to the Cowboys with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Like it says, game's gone shit, lads. Let's get some dog meat out. Don't know about getting the dog meat out, but the game's gone shit. I don't know if I would even say if it's gone. It just has been. Actually, as a Broncos fan, I feel proud we won against the Dolphins. Yeah, it's good. Dolphins are abhorrent, but it was a good win for the Bronx. It was a good win for the Bronx yesterday. That was a fun stream, actually, especially after that Titans game. All right, Knights kick it off. Brenton says, what's with the clock? What do you mean, what's with the clock? It's moving. It says 30 minutes to go, and it's 14-0 to the... Oh, okay, I can see that it's like stopping. I don't know. Then maybe they're just trying to fix it so that it's in line with the game. All right, so Ruben Cotter. By the way, Cowboys did not... Oh, they've lost the ball. We have seen in the first 31 minutes of this game, we have seen 7 errors for the Knights and 9 errors for the Cowboys. There's 9 minutes to go in the first half. Worst match of the season. It's up there. It's definitely up there. Tigers-Cowboys was pretty bad about 2 months ago, but... Oh, no, sorry, not Tigers-Cowboys. Tigers-Knights. Tigers-Knights about 2.5 months ago probably is the worst game of the season. This, I think, is taking over right now, yeah. And the Knights, they're now against the full 13 of the Cowboys. And let's just see them complete a set would be nice. Second tackle here for Newcastle at the 10. Errors galore. Did we expect anything different from these two teams? Out to Jack Cogger. Cogger to... Oh, my God, it's an intercept for the Cowboys. Cowboys score. Come Cowboys. Yeah, it's bedtime, Brenton. Yeah, Brenton, go to bed, mate. Go to bed. Mate, what the fuck is this? Oh, no. Oh, Jake Arthur's just thrown the ball straight to Braden Burns. Brenton says, hey, last weekend Rabs and Titans was the worst. No, but this is lining up to be. That was bad last week. Still have Knights and Tigers from about 2.5 months ago worse. But this is absolutely worse. There's no argument. There's no argument that this is the worst game of the season right now. Oh, no. Larkin says, wonder how that Knight streamer face is looking right now. Link. I feel for him, man. I feel for him. Surely he'd be streaming. Is Link streaming, Brent? Have a look. The Knighted podcast. Surely he's streaming. Yeah, he is. Oh, dude, I feel for him, man. I know what it's like to stream when your team's getting... Oh, Hainsey's on with him. Why have you got Hainsey on with you watching this game? Why is Hainsey here with Link watching this game? What a random duo for this game. But at least Link's got someone to talk to. So 20-0 to the Cowboys with 7 minutes to go the first half. 7 minutes left. This match should be a crime. It is a crime, Axis. Logan says, wonder how that trouble when Hot Dogs is the co-host of the night stream. Because the NRLW was, Knights and Roosters. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. What was the score of that game? Did the Knights at least win that? Probably not, because the Roosters are a good women's team. No, you got smacked. Okay. Okay, so it's not a good day for Newcastle right now. Not a good day for the old Novocastrians down there. And Cowboys will bring this ball out here to the 15. 6.5 minutes left here. Oh, dearie me. Is there, I know Brenton's here. Is there any other Knights fans here watching this stream right now? Can you get in the chat? I want to ask you how you're feeling. Not in a bad way. I just want you to know what your thoughts are on this performance at the moment. Tom did, and he'll get this ball to the 28, the 30 on third tackle. Roosters are undefeated, I think. Doesn't surprise me. Roosters are a very good women's team. And high tackle against the Knights. 8 errors for both teams, and penalties conceded is 5 penalties against the Knights, 4 penalties against the Cowboys. Run meters is just... well, the Knights are at least getting up around the 10 meters on average per run marker. Oh my gosh, Newcastle's completion rate is 57%. Newcastle's completion rate is 57%. Oh. So Cowboys are at the 35. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first half. First tackle. Best sports says, do you think Ponga leaves? Mate, I want to leave and I don't even play for him. Honestly, he should. Like, the Knights are in a complete disarray at the moment. Like, Dylan Brown's not going to change everything for them. Dylan Brown's not going to change anything for them, really, with the way this is. Like, this is bad. They just need they need so much, dude. The Knights need so much to get out of this trouble. And it's like, I'm not even just focusing on this game. I'm focusing overall. Bailey says, how much is one try worth? 4 points and then 2 points for the conversion. John Bateman. Oh, no, that defense was bad. But fit tackle here. 3 meters out from the line. 5 minutes to go. This match broke my streak of watching every match this weekend. Well, not really, because you're currently watching it with us. In the air, hits the post, and Knights will get the ball at the 3. Well, actually, the post has been the best player for the Knights today. Yeah, the post is man of the match, Brenton. Saved 2 tries. And Dom Young, he'll get taken down at the... Oh, for fuck's sake, Newcastle. They've lost the ball on first tackle at 10 metres out. Oh, my gosh. Sorry for the swearing, but, like, you got to be honest with yourself. Are you even going to read out the stats? Yeah, just for the comedic value. So 0 tackle here for the Cowboys, and they're 8 metres away. They give it out to Scott Drinkwater, Tom Dearden. They give it to Semi Valamate. Valamate is 10 metres away, pushes away from a couple of tackles. And he'll be 5 metres away from the line first tackle. Oh my gosh. Robson out to Carl Lawton. Oh my gosh, that's a good pass there from Clifford. And 6 again here for the Cowboys. They're 5 metres out from the line, first tackle. They are now at a 50% completion rate, Newcastle. 50%. They are at 50%. Or close enough to it anyway. So second tackle now for the Cowboys, and they're going to be 4 metres out of the line. Second tackle. Reece Robson, he'll pass. Oh my gosh, this game's a schmozzle. Oh my gosh. Cowboys throw the ball to grass and Knights pick the ball at the 5. Oh, they're at 55% completion rate. As long as you complete this set, here, Newcastle, you will still be above 50. Well, you actually, regardless, you'll be 50%. You'll be like 53% if you make a mistake here. Third tackle. Nintendo Freak says the Knights won't be able to get good until Ponga leaves because they have too much of their cap on like 2 players. Can't build a good team with little money space. A lot of people say that about the Titans. The 2 teams at the bottom of the table. Same conversation happens. I do think Ponga probably should leave. Venom and Brian halftime talk will pump them up. Yeah, no, he's a good coach. Hey, you completed a set here, Newcastle, so that's a good start. That's a very good start. Oh, Cowboys dropped the ball, but it goes backwards. And now Braden Burns brings it out to the 15, gets away from 1 tackle. Cogger, that was a really poor attempt at a tackle. And now they'll be taken down to the 20 through Matt Croker and Leo Thompson. This might be Grass and McGrath all-time game. It is all-time. It is all-time by Grass and McGrath. Second tackle now for the Cowboys at the 25. 2 minutes left here. Guys, we've still got another 42 minutes left of this game. You know, that'll do me. It's 9 errors apiece at the moment. Hey, Newcastle, you and the Cowboys are going toe-to-toe. Well, right now, it is 20-18 in regards to the score for the Cowboys versus the error count for both teams. 6 again here for the Cowboys, and they'll be inside the second half. 42 minutes plus half-time. I don't know how we'll survive. Robson, now Cowboys. Harrison Edwards at the 35. Robson underneath to... Oh, Cliff. Oh, jeez, that was all over the shop. Drinkwater at the 20. Third tackle. Oh, please just get up and play the ball. Drinkwater. Tom Dearden and Valea slips over at the 13. Fourth tackle. I believe Broncos can come in the top 4. Disagree, but we'll see. There's still a chance for him. And Dane Gagai gets it in the end goal. He will get taken back into the end goal. Nice work from him to try and get out, but the Cowboys will keep him inside there. Broncos are either out first week or second week, but at least they'll make the finals. So a minute to go here. Cowboys will get one last chance. They might even go for a field goal just for shits and giggles. At least they completed the set. Yeah, it was amazing from Australia this morning. We spoke about that in the last game. On Papa says the Cowboys have wrangled all the Knights' horses. Well, no. You're sure, score-wise, but like the Cowboys have been just as abhorrent in this game. It's just the Knights have been just not even pathetic is a good enough word for it. So Cowboys are 28 metres away from the line. This Knights performance is very reminiscent of the Titans yesterday. And Harrison Edwards... He'll get the ball to the 20 on second tackle. I might have been asking too much from the Knights to score just 1 try to get them into the 300 points for this year category. Robson, Clifford. Oh, here's a try. Oh, no, Drinkwater's knocked it on. 10 errors for the Cowboys. Dom Young offloads it. And Knights will be taken down here 18 metres out. 6 seconds left here of this schmozzle of a first half. And that, my friends, is halftime of the worst game you might have ever seen in your entire life. I'm going to go through these stats here, and then I'm going to go just, buddy, throw some water in my face and refresh after what we've just witnessed here. So, guys, obviously hit that like button and subscribe. This is a 20-0 ball game. Both teams have been horrific, but the Cowboys have just been at least clinical with their tries scored. Drinkwater, Tom Dearden, and Braden Burns have all scored. Reece Robson's been binned, but still nice in the score. Actually, the Cowboys scored pretty much immediately after they got back into the 13 men on the field. Possession-wise, is 57% here for the Cowboys and 43% there for the Knights. Time possession is 15 minutes 26 for the Cowboys and 10 minutes 50, or 16 minutes 12 for the Cowboys and 10 minutes 50 for the Knights. So at least the ball's in play quite a bit despite the errors. Completion rate, at least the Cowboys are hitting 80%. They're 20 from 25. 80% is the marker, but to the Knights at 57%, yikes, 12 from 21. They are at 57%. The marker is 80%. They are 23% below just a normal, solid completion rate. That's really bad. 12 from 21. Runs-wise, 91 runs for the Cowboys at 785 run meters. The Knights are at 69 runs for 661 run meters. So what that should tell you right now is that they are only about 29 meters behind the 10 meters on average per run for Newcastle. But because they're not having much ball, because they're making so many mistakes and giving the ball to the Cowboys, they're just not being able to do anything with it because their meters are actually pretty good considering how many runs they've had. If you give them 10 meters on average per run, which is a fair stat considering that it's pretty much at the same marker, that's an extra 23 more runs, which is 230 meters. They go from 661 to 861 to 894. That is about 100 meters more than the Cowboys if they were to get an equivalent amount of ball, an equivalent amount of runs. So that's disappointing there for the Cowboys because they're well underneath the 10 meters on average per run, whilst the Knights are close, but they just don't have the ball because they are useless with the ball. They continuously drop it. Now, the post-contact meters is 264 there for the Cowboys, 247 for the Knights. If you try to equate that and give them the extra 22, 23 runs, the Knights would be well above them. So again, it's not like their forwards aren't doing the job. It's not like the meters aren't being made for Newcastle. They just don't have the ball. Line breaks is 1-1. Tackle breaks is 17-13. So at least 17-12. Sorry. So Cowboys way. So at least the defense for the Knights actually missed tackle wise. It's not that bad, but they're just so bad that they're not actually even making a play at the tackle. They're not even able to make a play at the tackle because that's how bad the Knights have been overall. But the Cowboys are up there on the top end of the average of 15 to 17 missed tackles wise. Average set distance, I'm not even really going to go deep into this. They're both underwhelming. You need to be hitting 35 as a marker. The Cowboys are at 31.68. The Knights are at 30.18, which is 0.18 away from going into the disgusting category, 25 to 30. Long story short, both teams just simply not good enough on average set distance. Average play the ball speeds, 3.53 seconds for the Cowboys. That's bang smack in the middle of average. And then the Knights at 3.27 is actually quite fast at 3.27. And then you go to the offloads at 7-3 Newcastle. So at least they're offloading the ball, but most of it's gone to the grass. Forced dropouts is 1-0 Cowboys. Kick defusal 100% for the Cowboys, 40% for the Knights. And they go to the effective tackle percentage. Anything under 88% is bad. Anything under 85% is really bad. The Cowboys are at 84.91%. They're not even at the underwhelming category. They are in the really bad category underneath 85%. They've got 135 tackles made, which isn't many because they have had most of the ball. 14 missed tackles for 10 ineffective. At least it's under the amount of average missed tackles and a half, but of 15 to 17, it's very close though. And 10 ineffective is just above the average. It's in the bad category from the 7 to 9 that we would normally see. So 24 bad tackles in the first half of the Cowboys, but they haven't had to make too many tackles, so that is a bad stat with 84.91%. And the Knights are at 88.79%. So they're actually in the hitting the marker category. They're mid-range of it too. Anything 88% to 90% is solid enough. They're at 109 tackles made, so a lot of tackles. Not in the 200 category though. Just bit my tongue. Not in the 200 category, but they've made a lot of tackles, but they have also missed on the upper end of the average, 15 to 17. They've missed 17 tackles. At least they're relatively limiting the ineffective, but that's still in the average of 7 to 9. They're at 7. So 24 bad tackles for both these teams. A little bit more missed tackles for the Knights. A little bit less ineffective tackles for the Knights. But overall, both teams, the Cowboys really poor there. Knights, solid enough, but again, that's a bit of a facade stat because the defense for the Knights has been putrid. Negative play, this is just awful. 10 errors for the Cowboys and 9 errors for the Knights. An average amount of errors is anywhere from 5 to 7. Both these teams are well above that. 10 errors for the Cowboys. The worst amount of errors we've seen this year is 17. That was from the Knights, that was from the Cowboys, and from the Roosters. So the Cowboys are 8 errors away from making it the most errors across any team in the comp this year and a half. Whilst the Knights, anyway, in the first half anyway, but the Knights at 9, they're also not too far away. So both these teams are just giving up a ridiculous amount of errors. Like, it is actually ridiculous. 19 errors in the first half is 1 error away from being 1 error every 2 minutes. It is 1 error from both teams away from being 1 error every 2 minutes. That's really poor. Penalties conceded is 5 Knights, 4 Cowboys. That's banking up there for both those teams as well. Ruck infringements is 2-2 and sin bins is 1-0 Cowboys. So overall, man, both these teams have been performing really poorly, but at the very least, the Cowboys have been clinical with putting away the tries, and that's why they lead 20-0 here. The Knights in this game would genuinely struggle against a feeder club team. They would genuinely struggle. And if the Cowboys played literally anybody else, they would also get pumped in this game. I know the scoreline doesn't reflect that, but if you look at the stats and you've watched this game so far, you know the Cowboys have been just as bad as the Knights in a lot of areas, except for the scoreboard. So, yeah, we've got 40 minutes to go here this game. God bless you getting through it. God bless you getting through it. We'll get through it together, but jeez. But, jeez, dude. Jeez. AJ will score more points than the Knights. AJ? You talking about Alex Johnson? AJ? Olivia says, what a slogfest. Glad I took a nap. Yeah, you'd be very glad. Axel says we would have smashed the Dolphins if we had Adam Reynolds and Cubbo. Sure, but like at the end of the day, Dolphins are actually quite easy beats at the moment for most teams. Roosters put 60 past them, and the Broncos put 38 past them. But also, let's not pretend like that was an unbelievable result for the Broncos. It was a good result, and it was very good to put them into up there into the top 8 and not guarantee, but put them into the top 8. With a chance of top 4, but at the end of the day, they still were down by 13 plus after 10 minutes of that first half finishing in the second half, and then rocketed home like a train. The Dolphins do seem to do that, where they just have a good spurt in them and then just completely fall off, and that's what we saw. Moses says, do you know to play... I don't even know what that is. Brent says, may as well have another, Olivia. Sean James says, most games I try to explain to my son-in-law what is happening. I'm looking at him like I am stupid. No words can help me explain this shit. The word that you can use to explain this game right now is horrific. That's what you can use. Lag and Ballsack says, would you consider this the worst NRL game ever? Like worse than Bulldogs versus Broncos 2022 round 2? I think right now its trajectory is yes. Trajectory-wise, yes. Especially with it being a blowout too. Like, if at least it's a close game and you can see... both teams are playing awful, but it's a close game, so you can get behind it not knowing who's going to win. But we know who's going to win this game at this point, and the performance from both teams has been really poor across the park, but we still know who's going to win this game at this point. So that game was... First half was very close in that Broncos-Bulldogs game you're referring to. Second half was a blowout... I think Bulldogs way, or I can't remember who won. I've tried to get that game out of my memory. I would say on trajectory, this is aiming up there, yeah. Olivia says, did you say my name? Did you ask me to deal with someone? No, Brenton said that you may as well have another sleep, Olivia. So, yeah, right this very second, Lagan, I'd be aiming towards saying yes, but there is still another 40 minutes, so hopefully maybe we can see another 20-point comeback, which we've seen many times this year across different teams, but it's not looking likely. It's not looking too likely here, man. Yeah, so I'm going to give my go, just buddy, give a refresh so we can get into this second half and finish off the weekend. Obviously, guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll be back in just a few moments. All right, let's get back into it. Let's finish off the weekend with an absolute bang of a game. Yikes. And we're seeing Jay time out lagging again. That's the usual. That's the daily occurrence here. That's the daily occurrence. Old Lagan and Jay are a match made in heaven, those two. Match made in absolute heaven, those two. Oh, boy. Does anyone think that the Knights can come back here? Please? Anyone? Anyone, please? Please, I'm begging. I'm begging. Kipaseki says Tom Payton gets sacked at the end of the year. There are so many coaches right now that everyone's got this thought process on. Like, obviously, Des is copping it. Adam O'Brien is copping it. You've got Tom Payton copping it. You've got... Benji was getting a little bit, but he's away from it now. Like, at the end of the day, there are so many teams here that just... There's a lot of questions about it. Like, who did the Cowboys go for? Otherwise, who did the Cowboys pick up if they don't? You know? So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happens. I'd probably say that no, because there's no one better right now unless they go with a completely fresh start. But yeah, the Cowboys are a bit of a meh. They are in a bit of a meh in regards to their coaching. But again, if people look at the score of this game, if people look at the score, they'll just be like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Like, people looking at the score will think the Cowboys have played well, but they really aren't. James Simmons has told you the Broncos would smash the Dolphins, will go unbeaten for the rest of the season. Yeah, sure, mate. Good luck against Melbourne in round 27. There was a lot of problems with that game for the Broncos, but it was good for them to be able to win that game with all their injuries and whatnot. But there's still a lot of problems in that game for the Broncos, especially giving up to the amount of points that they did, and also being down 13 plus after 10 minutes of the half time. But at the end of the day, they won the game. Aaron Cullens, let's go Cowboys. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, look at the score. Don't look at the stats. Look at the score, don't look at the stats. If you look at the stats, you'll be very disappointed with how the Cowboys have performed, but you'll just realise that the Knights are that bad. But if you look at the score, it looks like the Cowboys have been fantastic. If you look at the score, it'll make it look like the Cowboys have had a brilliant game. Just please do not listen to the halftime stat report from me, and please do not go and have a look at the statistics of the game, because they have had 10 errors, have given away 5 penalties, and their meters have been, but the Knights are the Knights. Welcome to Newcastle this year. No, Brenton, just let him have it. Let him, let him have it, man. Let him have the 20-0 lead. So second half, let's see if the Cowboys can keep putting it away with the opportunities the Knights give them, or let's see the Knights be a bit better. I don't know, but we're doing our best just to kind of muscle our way through this game. We are muscling. We are just muscling through this game. All we're doing is just putting out our chests and saying, we're going to get through it. We're going to be able to complete it. We will be able to watch this second half, and it's going to be an exciting second half here, lads. Most first half nil scores in NRL history. The Knights 2025 are equal with the Tigers of 2014 and the Dogs of 2021. No, sorry, the Dogs are at 10, Tigers 11, and Knights 11. So Knights have just equaled the record for the most rugby league, top division rugby league nil scores at half time. That's since 1908, not since the NRL came in, since 1908. Brenton says 24-20 comeback. I like that scoreline, Brenton. I like that scoreline. Can you ask me why I like that scoreline, Brenton? No, I don't want to do it to you. I don't want to kick the boot in, right? I don't want to get the boot in. But the second half has started. Thumbs up and subscribe. Carl Lawton brings it out at the 20, and it'll be a first tackle here. Roll it back to Reece Robson, then off to Harrison Edwards, and he'll be at the 25. Thought you would. I didn't say nothing. There was nothing that was said and something that was nothing. Nothing that happened at all, Brenton. So, third tackle now for the Cowboys at the 33. For people who aren't aware of what I'm referring to, Brenton, just block your ears right now, please. Just block your ears. The Titans were down 20-0 at halftime to the Knights at McDonald's Jones Stadium, and they won the game 24-20. So, that's why I refer to that. But I'm not going to tell Brenton that. So, Brenton, you can take your hands away from your ears now. So, fifth tackle for the Cowboys, and they're going to whack that ball down to the 5 for the Knights. And Conovatano will grab that ball. He's not been too fantastic today, the old Vitano on debut. He's made a couple of mistakes, but at least he grabs that one. And Dom Young, second tackle here at the 10. At least we saw a completed set from the Cowboys. It's a good start, eh? It's a good start. Maybe we'll see a completed set here from the Knights. That'd be a fantastic start to this second half. If we see both these teams complete their first set, that is just spectacular scenes. Greg Marziu to the 23 on 4 tackle. We're 1 tackle away from a completion here, Knights. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Fit tackle here at the 30. And back to Jaden Brayley, and Jack Cogan kicks it. And that is a completed set from Newcastle. And that is a completed set from the Newcastle Knights. Take your hats off. Take your hats off. Stand up in the stands. That deserves an ovation. So Dearden to Semi Valame, but the Cowboys are already second tackle at the 45 on the Knights side of the field. Now at the 50. That was at least good work there to whack him back to the 50. I wonder what Adam O'Brien does say to them at half-time of a game like this. I'd actually be really interested to see how you do try and kind of make it into a positive, and not a positive, but to fire him up for the second half, because it's just nearly impossible. Cowboys out to the left-hand side, and Jackson Purdue, he'll be 30 metres out for tackle. Like, what could you say? Being in second last and to have had just such an abhorrent first half, I don't know what there is possibly you could say. Just watch his press conferences and you would know. No, thank you. And knock on from the Knights. Oh, no, they're going to say knock backwards. I don't know about that one, referee, but sure. And they give that ball off, and now Bradman Best with the ball at 10. Valame was looking for a big hit, but the Knights beat the 15. I thought there was a knock on there, but sure, referee. I back you on debut as the referee. Anyone but whoever the current crop is. First tackle now at the 22. I don't think there's been too much controversy this weekend, which has been nice. I don't understand how that wasn't classed as a knock-on from Dom Young. We've just seen the replay of it. I don't know how, but whatever. Second tackle, and Jake Arthur taken down at the 38, third tackle. James says, how do you reckon Brown will go with the Knights? As long as he plays 6, I hope that he goes well for him. They've been in halves, dilemma, and trouble for many years now. Always having to change their halves, and they just haven't been able to get what they want, and that's been the biggest problem with Newcastle. So I hope for the best for him there. Do I think that he's a leader? Absolutely not. That's why I couldn't see him going into the 7. We've seen that many times at the Eels, but you know, you may as well just hopefully we see him get something going there for Newcastle, because that's been their biggest issue for many years now. Sean says, if the Knights win this game, I'll get a tat of a knight riding a cowboy on my left butt cheek. I back you in. It'll be cheap to get as well in Chiang Mai. So Robson off to Drinkwater, and Drinkwater gets away from a couple tackles, and he'll be taken out the 25, fourth tackle. Laurie says he would say, come on Knights, if the Wallabies can do it, we can do it. I think the Knights and the Wallabies, there's a little bit of a gap between quality. A little bit of a gap there. A fit tackle here for the Cowboys at the 48, but sure, you can try and emulate it. Try. Lagos, fact time, this is currently the worst attacking season from a team since the Magpies in 1999. Thank you, Lagan, for the fact. Well, it doesn't surprise me, because as I've said, every single team in the competition is at least within 20 points of 400. The Knights are not even at 300 yet. Through 20 games, now 20 and a half games, they are at 296 points. That is awful. 296 points through 20 and a half games. They're not even at 300. What's the average of that? What are they averaging with that stat? Can someone do that? Google, please. Third tackle here at the 40. Brent says, geez, even blokes in Chiang Mai are taking the piss out of us. Well, he's a Bulldogs fan, so he can kind of take the piss out of other teams at the moment, but and they're also getting one of your better players than Leo Thompson. So Jack Cogger, another complete set for the Knights. It's a miracle. And Drinkwater will grab this ball at the 20. But he's also not necessarily wrong in regards to taking the piss currently. Now, second tackle at the 25, 34 minutes to go of the game. So no errors, though. No errors, though, to start us off. Here's a cracker coming up, set for set at the moment. Frank says, if Tigers can win their last 3 games of the season with great defense like today, will boost their point differential and potentially... No, brother, I need you to be realistic right now. I know that the Cowboys might score here. The Cowboys will score here. There may be an obstruction, but either way, Jackson Purchase scores, and we'll have to look at it. Come on, man. Let's be realistic about the Tigers. Like, you should be very happy with that win here to win. But you're still 4 points out of the top 8. You need the Roosters to lose all 3 of their games, and the Roosters have the Eels next week. The Tigers are not in the top 8 battle. They just simply aren't. And also, let's not pretend like the Tigers were incredible today. They were much better than Manly because Manly were dreadful. Tigers absolutely deserved the win. But, in their, the last 3, the Tigers are not anywhere near a consistent enough team for the top 8 right now. Yeah, they play the Cowboys, and the Cowboys, look, they're winning 24-0 right now. I don't know if they'll call them obstruction or not, but I think it'll be, I think it should be fine. He's made the decision to go for the tackle there, Jake Arthur. But to think the Tigers are a top 8 potential team right now is insane work, and they also have to play the Raiders in Canberra in 2 weeks' time. And then, they play the Titans. So they've got 2 easier matchups of the Cowboys and the Titans in the last 3 games. But let's not pretend the Tigers are a consistent enough team to make the top 8. And also to fix your points differential. The points differential currently for the Tigers is minus 107. The Roosters are at plus 92, and you have the Raiders away. So I don't understand where we're going to be seeing the Tigers fixing their points differential to be a top 8 team. But I think the Tigers fans should be very happy, very, very happy with the fact that they're not going to finish in the bottom 4. I think they're going to be very, very happy with the fact that they are not going to be in last position, and they should be very grateful and feeling like this is a successful season, which it is, but they're not a top 8 team. There is no chance of them making the top 8. No chance. Laurie says, mark my words, it'll be nice versus Cowboys Grand Final 2030. I'm not marking nothing. But they've called confirmed try. So it is 26-0 to the Cowboys, 32 minutes to go of the game. Brent says, Leo only made 10 metres after 40 minutes last week. You can have him. Valid. Largis is 14.8 exact, rounded how you want. Yes, we'll go 15 points there. 15 points on average, just not good enough. Just not good enough there. Jelly Baby says Tigers have the Raiders too. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Again, and Tigers fans take it as an insult whenever I say things like this. They think that I'm shitting on them, and I'm just not. I'm very happy with how their season has panned out, but let's not get crazy here. This is a successful season for them to avoid where they've been for the last 3 years, absolutely. But then there's literally a negative 10% chance of them making the top 8. You need to rely on the Roosters losing every single game, and they've got the Eels next week. And then that's not even mentioning that the Tigers have to win all 3 of their games, one against the best team in the number 1 team in the competition, and that's in Canberra as well. Tigers have had an awful record against the Raiders for about 2 decades now. And we're talking about fixing points differential. They only beat the Titans by 1 point 3 weeks ago. The Titans will still be having something to play for to try and avoid the spoon. I don't give the Titans... the Titans could win that game. They have a good record against the Tigers, but they probably don't. Jeremiah Ney they get kicked that through, and Ney hits the tackle at 10. But next week, the Cowboys are at least up 26-0 here. That'll be a tough game for the Tigers. Not that the Cowboys are any good, but it's still, they can still score points, as you can see here. But I just noticed, the trend of, Tigers fans just think that they think you hate them just because you give them critical, a critical neutral opinion on them. And I think it's because when I put them in the preseason, I put my preseason prediction of the Tigers in last, and it's I don't understand how that's even an insult as well, considering that the last 3 years they had come last. So it's I did say, they could be better for sure, but on what we've seen, and we've seen over many years the Tigers have brought Blaze in and it hasn't really done anything. We hadn't seen anything to prove anything against it. And for a lot of the season, they had a chance to, but they've obviously avoided it, and that's fantastic to see. It's not hate, it's just neutral. A critical opinion. So first tackle now for the Cowboys. 30 minutes to go here of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Cowboys will get this ball here to the 40 on second tackle. And next year, I probably won't be predicting the Tigers to make the top 8 either, but I'll probably have them up around that 10-11 area. Maybe. So fourth tackle here for the Cowboys, and they'll get this ball to the 30. And Reece Robson Gets it to Jake Clifford. Clifford to Drinkwater. Drinkwater is going to throw the ball over the sideline, and it's going to be Knights ball at the 30. Jackson Purgey got whacked there by Dom Young. He's actually taken out without the ball there, which is quite interesting, but it'll be fine. It's just going to be play the ball. And they're going to challenge this here, the Cowboys. They want to say this was a tackle without the ball. And if you disagree with me, please tell me why I'm wrong in regards to my thought process on the Tigers. Please tell me why in the chat. I would love to know why I'm incorrect here. No, he has touched it. He touched it, so it's fine. He's allowed to be tackled. So this is going to be an unsuccessful challenge from the Cowboys. The Knights will get the ball at 25, 30. Laurie says, Benji, the part-time Tigers coach, has done well. Yeah, they've done well with what they've got. They've done well with what they've got. But it's just, yeah, that's... I just can't back in any Tigers fans talking about top 8. You should be very happy with where you are. And it's just not going to happen. Yeah, fast game's a good game. Commentary's even trying to say this game has been awful. Alright, so Knights now at the 35. And it's going to be second tackle here for Newcastle at the 40. 29 minutes to go to the game. And I'd love to see the Tigers get into the finals. Like, they haven't been in the finals since 2011. It's been a long time between drinks. You know, you can definitely aim for it next year. Can definitely aim for it next year, but just don't even have it in the vicinity this year. Knights now will be at the 42 on fourth tackle. Jaden Brayley to Croker, and that's a knock on there for the Knights, is it? No, it hit the body, so it's fine. So it's fifth tackle here for Newcastle at 45. At least they haven't made an error in the second half. And they'll kick this ball into the corner, where Braden Burns gets to the 5, out of the 10 to the 15. Actually, I'll ask the chat, put it in the comment section now. Which team do you think will have the biggest improvement year next year? Out of all teams, which team that either disappointed you this year or just in general do you think, as a bold call, could be the biggest improver in 2026? Jelly Beans says commentators are paid to watch this and they want to leave. Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. And Cowboys to the 45 on fourth tackle. Laurie says, Dom Young thinking I should have stayed at the Roosters. Well, he wasn't going to be getting games really anyway, but yeah, sure. Fifth tackle here at the 40. Kogamus has just tuned in. You fallen asleep yet, Mr. Sport? Mate, I've been asleep since the start of this game. It was 10-9 errors at half time. 10-9. Brenton says we should all be paid. Listen, the Cowboys are going to give away a 7-tackle set there. Awful kick. I haven't gone to this game and I want a refund. I haven't gone to this game and I want a refund. Jelly Beans says Dragons, maybe. Yeah, Dragons is a good shout. It is a good shout. I just don't know what takes the Dragons from being an inconsistent team to a consistent team. They'll still have Kyle Flanagan there. They're not changing their halves. Like, what are they doing with their halves? Kyle Flanagan and King Tugia, I don't know if they're going to be able to overall kind of push them to another level. Like, what are the Dragons doing that pushes them to be a better team than what they have been this year? Because this year has been a very similar season to what we've seen from them every single year. Knights here, left-hand side, good passing. Greg Martz here at the 25. And it'll be fourth tackle now, 25 metres out. The only problem that I have with the Dragons is that their halves, I don't think, are good enough to really get this team improving. But I still think I could see them being around the position where they are. I had them in 8th preseason this year. Next year, I probably will put them around a similar position of 8, 9, 10 area. I couldn't put them above. Dom Young should score. Dom Young should score. I think he scored. And the Knights will score. Thank God. The Knights will score. And it's 26-4 to the Cowboys with 26 minutes to go here of the game. The Knights will finally go into 300-point score for the season. Across 21 games. They finally get there. And Dom Young, good up in the air, comes down with it and does score in the corner. Well, it's Tigers Dragons. I'm not surprised why you put Tigers as a Tigers fan. But like, I could see a world. I also just don't know. I don't know if consistency is in that club at the moment either. But yeah, they've been showing enough that they could definitely improve even more. But I just need to see a lot more consistency. And the last 3 weeks will give us a good read. Like, they should beat the Cowboys you'd expect next week if they're a good enough team going forward. They should beat the Titans in round 27 quite easily if they're a good enough team going forward. I don't see them beating Canberra down there in Canberra, but, I wouldn't say no to the suggestion the Tigers improve. Kogamus, did old mate break the record yesterday? No, you would have heard all about it, mate. Alex Johnson's still 3 tries away. Tallis Duncan, the centre last night, didn't get him the ball, but Tallis Duncan scored twice. Alex Johnson didn't score. And the Knights will miss the kick, so it will stay 26-4 with 25 minutes to go of the game. Bunnies for an obvious reason, Brenton. Yeah, the Bunnies definitely are a team that should be improving greatly next year. I can't believe I had Dragons at 6th preseason. Who was your top 5? Who were the teams that missed out in the top 6 for the Dragons? Like, I didn't have them too far away in 8th, but, 6th is high. Who were the... obviously you wouldn't have had the Raiders and Warriors and whatnot, but who were the teams you had in the top 5? Laurie says, think Rabbitohs will be better with their injured players back? Yeah, for sure. That's Rabbits better next year, top 8 again. Yeah, well, I had them for 7th, and I think they would have been top 8 with all their players. Cameron Murray, before the season started, was just huge. People forget about Cameron Murray because they've had so many injuries in between, but... people forget about how good of a player Cameron Murray is because he hasn't played all season. And now that'll be Saifidi bringing it out to the 20. First tackle here. Come on, score a couple of tries here and make it exciting here, Newcastle. And it's a penalty in Newcastle at the 25. Let's make an exciting game. As a Titans fan, you want the Cowboys to go on with this and score a bucket load more points and to whoop the Knights. But either way, 22 points is the gap as we speak. The Knights would be going from minus 152 to minus 174, which is still only 13 points behind the Titans. But if you're a Titans fan, you'd really be wanting the Cowboys to go on with this and go on with this well. Same thing with the Rabbitohs in a way, but they wouldn't really care too much. And the Eels would, because they don't have a bye. Larkin says, Sharks 1, I agree. Storm 2, I agree. We had the same top 3. Bulldogs 4, Manly 5. Okay, so you didn't have... who were some big teams you didn't have there? Oh, yeah, you didn't have the Broncos in the top 6. Okay. That's bold, considering that, obviously, the inclusion pre-season. A lot of people would have expected... a lot of people had Broncos top 4. I had them 5th. Saifidi now, and now 5th tackle here for the Knights. They're 10 metres away. Jelly Beans, I think there is a chance Raiders will get tipped to place low next year because of losing Fogarty. Yeah? Yeah, absolutely. They're going with a young halves pairing of Strange and Ethan Sanders. Cowboys get the ball. Good grab. Really tough grab there by Braden Burns, but he gets it at the 3, first tackle. Obviously, Mighty Titans top 5 all day. I don't know. I think pre-season you're probably going to be looking at everyone tipping them for last again, and I think it's rightfully so as well. They haven't shown a future right now. That's the biggest reason why Tino is going to the market. I don't think Tino leaves, but I can understand why people will not be confident on the Titans whatsoever. And even Titans fans, yeah, they'll back their team in, but realistically speaking, there's nothing that really gives you confidence that the Titans are going to improve into anywhere close to a top 8 team next season. They have it in them at times, but those times are very limited. And now the Cowboys will kick this one down. Dom Young at the 15. Lagan says, and I know you won't believe me, but I had Raiders at 8th because I thought at the time that the clearance of some veterans and replacement of young guns would improve them greatly. Yeah, I doubt that you did, but then again, it's okay that if you did, then great. Only you know, Knights here will get this ball to the 50 on second tackle. I had them for a similar area, so I just know that you are probably, if that's true, you are the only other person that I saw put them outside of the bottom 4. Like Fox League had, I think, Raiders last. If Ricky Stewart, everyone was talking about how the Raiders were going to come last, and even Ricky Stewart mentioned pre-season that if the Raiders come last, it's a pretty damn well good comp, and he was absolutely spot on with it. A lot of people thought it was biased before the season started, but he was spot on. And that's why I'm looking forward. Oh, it's a knock on there from the Knights. I think that's their first mistake in the second half, which is good. But Cowboys get the ball at 10. Laurie says, actually, Big Tina hasn't pledged to Samoa yet. He hasn't pledged to Samoa yet, but he probably will. Probably will. Raiders will beat the Panthers. We'll see. It'll be a good game. Oh, that should have been a pass off the ground there from Kai Pearce-Paul before. But they did miss that one. Next Friday night is like the biggest night of the season. Raiders versus Panthers and Bulldogs versus Storm. That's the first time the Bulldogs will play the Storm this year. They haven't had a good record against the top 8 in general, and obviously just lost to another top 8 team in the Roosters, who weren't top 8 pre-round, but are top 8 now. Bulldogs have got a lot of question marks in regards to being... I don't think they are a similar team to the Sharks of recent years, but right now there is the conversation point. And Cowboys drop the ball, goes backwards. Ruben Cotter gets the ball to the 35-second tackle. 20 minutes to go here in the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Forward pass for sure, yeah. So Knights will get the ball. Knights will get the ball at the forward. 1 Storm, 2 Sharks, 3 Panthers, 4 Bulldogs. Yeah, pretty similar to what most people had. It was completely understandable, though, to have Raiders at the bottom at the time. I disagree. I don't think it was. I think that people don't think about Canberra. I think that people don't bring Canberra into their mindset whatsoever. I think that people weren't looking at the Raiders lineup. I don't think they were looking at how the Raiders actually played, based off of how the Raiders were a young team and had, again, in hindsight, I think it's the same thing. Well, in hindsight, they're much better than what I thought they would be, but I think even looking back now, I don't believe that that's correct. I don't think it was understandable that the Raiders were in last. I think that it was from people who don't watch the game as much as... I just disagree. It's either bias against Ricky Stewart or bias against Canberra, or they weren't actually looking at how the Raiders played last year, a team that, you know, were there or thereabouts, but just not consistent enough for results every single game. And they had a young developing roster that looked really nice. I don't think that it was understandable. But people put Raiders down the bottom 4 every single year. 2019, most people put the Raiders down the bottom area as well. So Jack Cogger gives it off to Kai Pearce-Paul, and Pearce-Paul will be 4 metres away from the line. Fit tackle. Tom Dearden, good tackle. Knights go for a quick play the ball, and that's just going to be Cowboys ball at 2. My friend is a Manly fan. I feel bad for him. Yeah, Manly have been bad this year. Brenton says, Tigers fans should be looking forward to getting KPP. He's improved a lot as an individual. Yeah, Kai Pearce-Paul should be a good inclusion there for the Tigers. Frank says, Greg Marsu and Leo Thompson have been Knights' hardest workers today. Dane Gagai, 23 metres after being on for 54 minutes is well below par, A-grade standards. Sure, but the centre in regards to making metres is realistically going to be put onto the halves there for not getting him the ball in the right areas, or the Knights just not setting up attacking plays for their centres. But Leo Thompson's always going to be one of their hardest workers, and Greg Marsu is always going to bring the ball out hard from their own 20 after kicks and whatnot. But overall, the Knights have just been really poor across the board. Cowboys at the 40. Tom Dearden, short ball. See, like that defense from the Knights was just bad, and this should be a try here. John Bateman didn't pass the ball. That was a bomb try. And he's knocked the ball on too. John Bateman, hang your head in shame. That should have been an easy try, but it will be a knock-on. Like I said, that is true, but I also think it was more because of the experience they were losing. What, just because they lost Elliott Whitehead? Who's the other experience that they were losing? They still had Josh Papali'i. They still had Jamal Fogarty, who's well experienced. That Ethan Strange wasn't a freshie. Where was the experience besides Elliott Whitehead? Mark Whelan says, Newcastle on fire. They will be second on the ladder after this massive win. Yeah, no, fantastic performance here from Newcastle. Big performance. So Greg Martin now to the 30, and it'll be first tackle. Who did the Raiders lose experience-wise except for Elliott Whitehead, who was kind of out of their team anyway? If you're watching last year, I know you, but I'm saying in general, if people were watching the Raiders last year, Elliott Whitehead wasn't significant to their season in a lot of ways. He was kind of in and out of well, no, he wasn't. He was one of their big guys, but at the end of the day, he wasn't too impactful in regards to the Raiders games comparatively to previous years. Knights here, good ball handling out of the right side. Dane Gagai, Dom Young's at the 40, 35, the 30. He's away here. He will get the ball back onto the inside. It's a knock on for the Knights. Knock on for the Knights. And now the Cowboys are going to get out to the 10, the 15, the 20. Scott Drinkwater's away here. They might score here. They probably do score here. He gets away from Jake Arthur, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30. Look at Tyson Frizzell. That's unbelievable from Frizzell. Cowboys will still pick the ball up at Jake Clifford at the 15. Okay, they surely score here. You just got to quickly play the ball and then pass it out right. Quickly play the ball, pass it out right. Why would you go short side? Oh my gosh, they slowed it down and the Cowboys just bombed a try. Absolutely bombed a try. Rapana and Kottridge, nah, you can't be, like, there's no way that changes. No, like, Elliott Whitehead, sure, but, like, Rapana and Kottridge being out for me, nah. No, I won't pay that. I get what you're saying, but I won't pay that. there's no way losing Rapana and Kotrick should have put people's opinions to saying they've lost too much experience to go into the bottom of the table, especially when you've got guys like Xavier Savage, who has a good reputation. You've got guys like, I guess Sevilla Tamale didn't have a great, big, massive reputation, but Jamal Fogg and Ethan Strange both did. KO Weeks had a big reputation. You know, Hudson Young is fantastic there in the back row, and they've got big reputations on their forwards too. No, I don't know if I'd pay Rapana and Kotrick. Matt on Sports Teams says this game is something else. Yeah, it's not fantastic, but this conversation about other teams is kind of getting us through the last bit of this game. Shelly Beats, I had Raiders at 8, but I'm a fan. Yeah, you're a fan, yeah. I was going to say, otherwise you're full of shit. I was going to say you're full of shit otherwise, but if you're a fan, then sure, that's good. Axis says, if Knights make a comeback, I will stop supporting the Bronx. The Knights aren't making a comeback here, man. And there's a knock-on from the Cowboys. So Knights will get the ball at the 50. Mark says Raiders are shit 17th. Yeah, no, they haven't been having a good season down there in 17th, whilst the Titans have been killing first. Yeah, rough season for Canberra. Rough whole season. But yeah, that pass there from Din unfortunately just curled away from Drinkwater and ended up being a knock-on. Exciting game, lads. Really exciting game it is. Brilliant game it is. Brilliant. I'm actually surprised we've got 118 people watching. Firstly, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Let's try and get to 40 by the end of the stream. I'm actually surprised we've got 118 people watching, considering how this game has been. Like, good stuff. good stuff that 118 people care about the result of this game. Oh, knock on from the Knights. Lager says you're only as good as your last try, Knights. Well, last try wins. Currently, Knights are winning. Brent says enthralling game. Yeah, real enthralling. Really, got to love the close ones. Got to love them. Out the Tom Din here at the 30. He'll be 25 metres out, third tackle. 14 minutes to go of the game. I would definitely say the Cowboys with the win here will avoid the spoon. They will go into 13th. Parramatta now come back into the bottom four alongside the Rabbitohs, who dropped down into 14th position, 15th position, sorry. Bring back Hastings. Mitchell, I nearly want to time you out for eternity. Cowboys will score a try. Jeremiah Nene, and it's 30-4 with a kick to come. If you are a Titans fan or a Rabbitohs fan or an Eels fan, you should be wanting the Cowboys just to win by as much as possible here, because that points differential is crucial at this back end of the year for the Knights. Jellybean says it's annoying when there is gameplay between my error and penalty watching. Yeah, no, I'm getting real sick of watching gameplay between the penalties and errors. Actually, what is the error and penalty count now? I think it's better than what it was in the first half. There hasn't been anywhere near as many mistakes. Yeah, so... Okay. So the most errors in a game this season was the Knights, the Roosters, and the Cowboys on 17. Well, Knights, you've only made one error in the second half. No, sorry, 2 errors in the second half. You're on 9, you're on 11. Cowboys are at 16. They've made 6 more errors in the second half. They are 1 error away from equaling the most errors in the comp in a game this year, and they're 2 errors away from actually breaking their own equal record with the Knights that they're playing. Laurie says, guess you're not going clubbing after this stream. Thanks for the hard work and stream. I am going out with a friend, but no, I'm not going clubbing or anything like that. No way. So it's 32-4 with 12 minutes to go in the game. I do usually like to have a bit of a kickback after we, go full steam ahead with the streams. Obviously, we stream every single game. So the Saturday slate, the 3 game will make you tired, and then the 2 games to finish off, especially when it's a slogfest like this, it gets you. But no, I am going out after this, but not like going out. Brenton says 16 errors and they're up by 30. Makes sense. Yeah, they're up by 32 points. No, sorry, they're up by 28 points, actually, Brenton. You've just corrected yourself and been incorrect again. How dare you, Jay? Jay? I just blamed Jay for it. The reason why I said your name, Jay, was because I was going to say if I'm going to have a crack at Jay before for telling us the wrong time, I'm going to have a crack at Brenton here. But you just got blamed for it anyway. Yeah, bedtime, Blaze. No, it is lagging. No, it is. It is bedtime, mate. It is bedtime with this game. So the Knights go with the short kick and the Cowboys get the ball to 40 and Braden Burns brings up the 50. Yeah, blame Jay again. I was actually going to somewhat defend you by saying, like, I had crack at you about the time before, and now I've got to be fair and do it to Brenton, but this is what this game's done to me, mate. I usually get a massage after a long day of streaming. You're an idiot. So, Cowboys, now I'm not sorry about making a mistake about your name. And now, Zach Labert, he'll bring this ball to the 25, second tackle. They roll it back to Robson. Robson off to Jordan McLean. And McLean's going to be 10 metres out, third tackle. Now, that was actually what was happening, Jay. I wasn't even joking about the defence. That was actually what I was going to do. Cowboys, knock on. So you are now equal with 17 errors for the most errors for a team this season. 10 minutes to go of the game here, guys. Please, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button just for the sake of us getting through this game and still streaming it, because it's been really bad. But subscribe if you're new, and if you're not following Instagram, go do it right now. Brenton says, and we thought the CCP was harsh on Jay. CCP over there in Perth, yeah. No, China have got massive involvement there. Michael Ennis had his pants down again last night during our game. Michael Ennis never wears pants. He never wears pants. They've got 13 errors apiece for Cowboys and Knights on the broadcast, but on NRL.com it's got 17 errors for the Cowboys, 12 errors for the Knights. Matt's on Sports TV says game of the season for mine. I would say this is the worst game of all time. And now it's going to be Knights to get this ball to the 33 on third tackle. Sean James's question, because you lived where I do, 95% of Thai men think they can't play league. Are you asking me if I think that Thai men could play league? Is that what you're asking? I don't know if that's the question. I'll wait for your question. Jellybean says they should storm the field for most errors. Yeah, I would. That's exactly what I would. All right, so the Knights, they kick it down to the Cowboys. They're one error away from getting the most errors in a game this season for any team. And the Cowboys will be at the 20. Olivia says, I'm manifesting these last 10 minutes. Something exciting is going to happen. Olivia, you're setting unrealistic expectations. You're setting some really, really unrealistic expectations for yourself and for everyone here. You need to have a word for yourself. You need to have a word to yourself immediately, because the expectations you set on this game is just disgraceful. It's just disgraceful, Olivia. So fourth tackle here for the Cowboys at the 45, but you manifest it, and you manifest it greatly. You manifest it all night long. Fifth tackle here for the Cowboys, Jason Tamalolo. He'll get the offload away actually on fourth. Dearden off to John Bateman. John Bateman to Tom Dearden. That was a nice play. And Drinkwater underneath. That's a try time. 36-4 with a kick to come. Woo, Olivia. Woohoo! Woohoo! That was exciting. Bang, bang, bang. What an exciting try that was. Oh my gosh. Oh, Olivia's manifestation worked a treat. It was actually a pretty nicely worked try there. Olivia Reed with the $160 dude donation. Hold on. Can we get something exciting here on YouTube? Can we get something exciting here to go along with that sound? We can't, but woohoo! See, I was wooing. The manifesting worked, Olivia, with the bingo. Appreciate you, Olivia, for the $160 donation. I kind of slapped it down for suggesting that we're going to manifest an exciting time in this last 10 minutes. But she set me up. She set me up big time. Appreciate you, Olivia. You know I always appreciate you for your support. Bingo, mate. How exciting is that? We're excited. We are fired up. We are fired. Brenton says that donut was the most exciting thing of the game. It actually is the most exciting thing of the game. Might be the most exciting thing of the entirety of the night season so far. Jared Troy says that's wifey status. Yeah, look. I think Olivia's partner might have something to say about that, and I don't know about that, but Olivia is a great supporter of this channel, and she's getting a six-pack by Christmas. She promised us. Frank says, Adam O'Brien plays Frizzell on wing next week. This man is a certified runner. Get him on. David Saul says, thanks, bro, for the streams here next week. Appreciate you, David. We've got big games on Friday night. Panthers versus the Raiders and the Bulldogs versus Storm. Wow, wee. Olivia says, that's from my winnings last night at the Genie. How much you been winning lately, Olivia? You've been winning some big baller money. You're like a millionaire. You won massive last weekend. Or, no, not last weekend, the other day. And now you win again. You're like a professional gambler. 38-4 here to the Cowboys. And knock on from the Cowboys. They have broken the record this year. They have got the most errors for a team in 2025. Knights fans, stand up and celebrate. You are not equal for the most errors in a game this year. The Knights, you have fallen away. The Cowboys, they take the lead with 18 errors. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! See, ever since Olivia said she's manifesting greatness and excitement, she drops a dono, and then we see the Cowboys break a record and they score a try. It's all on now. It's all on now. All on. Now order the dog. No dog's been ordered here today, Jay. See, I can't even speak English right now. See how tired I am after this weekend streams. Can't speak English. English? There you go. You know, I'm done. This game's done me over. Second tackler at the 35. Second tackle. Brenton says, hallelujah. Yeah, the only issue, though, for you, Brenton, is that on average, you've had the most errors across the competition. Actually, I'm going to make sure that's correct. 6 again here for the Knights. They kick this ball into the corner. They kick the ball over the sideline. No! They knock it back in, but the Cowboys grab the ball at the 10. Errors-wise, let's go have a look-ski here, Brenton. Let's go break your heart. I'm here to break your heart, mate. Negative play. No! You're actually not. The most errors across the competition this year is, I know it's a surprise, the North Queensland Cowboys with 270. But let's bump that little bad boy up to 288. They're getting close to the 300, the thrifty 300. They're on 288. The Roosters are 267. And the Newcastle Knights, well, they were on 260. They've now given up 14 errors in this game, so they're now on 274. So these two teams are the most error-ridden teams in the comp. I'm surprised. That's a 40-20 here for the Cows. And they throw the ball back on the inside. Knights will get it. And Greg Marty will actually get out of the end goal because I don't know what Semi Valemate was doing. Can speak Greg Inglis. Love a bit of Greg Inglis speaking. I got a question. Why do the Knights not have an Indigenous jersey on today? Couldn't tell you. Not too sure. Not too sure, man. 5 minutes to go. Second tackle. Get that up. You're not the most this year. Not the most this year, but not a great stat there, Mr. Eslick. Not a great stat. Well, how about this? If I don't include the Cowboys' errors from today, and I only include the Knights' errors for today, the Knights do have the most errors this year. Yeah, because you got to think about yourself, mate. You got to think about what your team's doing. So forget the Cowboys today. We've got to think about the Knights. The Knights are the most then. Why do they always reserve this shit for Sunday afternoon? Yeah, I don't know, because this is actually a primetime slot. The Thursday night, the 8 p.m. Friday night, and the 4 p.m. That's another knock on from the Cowboys. They've had 19 errors. Cowboys fans in the chat, can you please tell me if you're happy with today? Please, I need to know. I need to know, Cowboys fans. Can you let me know if you're happy with today? I need to know if you're happy with today or not, because like you're gonna win this game by a country mile. But how the fuck are you gonna win this game by a country mile with 19 errors? Oh boy, how are you going? Like Knights, you're losing by 38-4, and the Cowboys have broken the record by 2 extra errors on the most errors for any team in the comp this year. Stats don't lie, Cows fans. Standing ovation. 3:45 to go at a game. Well, the points differential now, I'm pretty certain the Knights might have the worst points differential. What is it, 34 points? Knights minus 162, minus 172, minus 182. No, you minus 186. So you're 1 point better than the Titans right now, points differential-wise, which is what you were before this game started. No, before the Titans game started. Oh, it's another knock on Cowboys. Oh, they're on 20 errors, lads. They're on 20 errors. They're on 20 errors. The Cowboys are on 20 errors. Mickey Balloon says up the wires. Yeah, well, they've got a big game next week as well against their bogey team. The Cowboys have had 20 errors today. That is an error every 20 minutes. No, every 20 minutes. No, it's way more than that. As an... Oh, no. That is ridiculous. That's 5 errors every 20 minutes, actually. 2:52 to go. Keep going, Cows. 20 errors is just wild. 2:52 to go now of the game. Knights, you're going to get absolutely slaughtered by a team that has made 20 errors today. 4 minutes, mate? 20 minutes? I don't know, mate. You know, I don't even know how to speak Greg Inglis right now. I don't even know how to speak Greg Inglis, and you're expecting me to know averages and stats, and what you thinking this is? What do you think? This is a serious channel or something? And knock on from the Knights. What do you think? This is a serious channel? 20 errors for Cowboys, 14 errors for the Knights. Far out. Oh, you're both just dribblers. And my team's even more of a dribbler. If last time it says needed 6 points from Coggo, chances are you're about to lose. Oh, why would you even bet on the Knights attack? Sean James, I go out with some of my mates and I'm the smallest at 6 foot and a bit fat. Thailand is the round ball game, not good for the big fellas. So your question was if Thailand, if guys could play it. I don't know. The Thailand body structure isn't going to be good for rugby league. They do have a rugby league team, but they would, no. Braden Burns gets away from 3 and he's broken away here to the 25 to the 30 second tackle. Fastest because I have a disease. Yeah, but like you chose to get on the attack of the worst attacking team of the competition, who are literally at 300 points scored across 21 games. And then you chose to go away from the Cowboys, who can definitely score points. But, it's 21 errors for the Cowboys. They've knocked it on. No, it's a penalty to the Cowboys. Oh, my gosh. They're lucky it'll only be 20 errors. So they're going to challenge this here, the Knights. Olivia says, we aren't losing. We are getting out of here. We are getting out of here. Largan says, this game might help Drinkwater get the Dally M. I'm timing you out for a minute for suggesting that. I'm timing you out for a minute for suggesting that. How dare you? How dare you wish that upon us? Brent says, Vast, why did you ever put that punt on from a Knights fan? It's a great question. Oh, wait, so Jake Arthur has knocked this ball out. Oh, Jay's just done it 5 minutes. All right, we'll see you on the Thursday game, Logan. Yep, so this is actually going to be a knock on Cowboys. So challenge successful there from Newcastle. So you are at 21 errors, Cowboys. I don't think they've included this. So this might be 22 errors. Far out. Far out. Far out, Cowboys. Far out. Far out. If I didn't say it already, far out. Far out. Did you guys hear me say far out? So Knights, you're at the halfway point. We should make shirts. I survived Cowboys Knights 2025. I survived it. I survived Cowboys Knights 2025. Knights here, right hand side. Dom Young at the 35 kicks it through, and that arguably that's a knock on Cowboys. I can't deal, lads. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it, Cowboys. I can't deal with it. It's like 22 or 23 errors now for the Cowboys. I can't do it. I can't do it. I actually can't do it. Time to make up Game of the Century shirts. That's another knock on from the Cowboys. They are at 22 errors. What club do you go for? A club that's worse than both these teams. And that's saying something. Rebirth? That's saying something. that's saying something. Did I go for a club that is worse than both these teams? There's only one club below both these teams, and that's my team. Oh no. So Knights here, 15 metres out, 30 seconds to go in the game. Cows got more errors than we scored points. Mate, the Cows have got nearly 20 more errors than you've scored points. Cowboys kick that. 6 again here for the Knights. And Knights will be at the 15, get the offload away. I reckon your Titans might have had a chance today. Oh my gosh, it's a knock on Knights. That's the way to finish it off. Yeah, no, that's the way to finish off the game with a knock on. It is. That, my friends, is the perfect way to end this game with a knock on. That is, I've never seen a more fitting way to an end of a game. I've never seen a more fitting way to the end of the game with that knock-on for the Knights. 22 errors for the Cowboys. I don't know if they even include the last error. 15 errors to the Knights. That is 37 errors in this game. Penalties considered. There wasn't actually a penalty in the second half, I don't think. I don't think there was. I think it was 5-5 at half time. It could have been. I think so. Brenton says, sorry to all who watched that dribble. As you can see by my face right now, I'm just in shock what I just watched. I'm in shock, mate. I'm in shock, lads. No, really, I'm in shock. The Cowboys had 19 more errors than the Knights scored points. They had 19 more errors. They scored 38 points with 23 errors and 5 penalties conceded. What the hell? Best way to ruin a Sunday, Jason. Oh, get me out of here. All right, guys. Well, let's go through the games we got next weekend. Obviously, we'll be live for We'll be live. No, it wasn't raining, Jared. It wasn't raining. It's a beautiful day in Townsville. It was a beautiful day in Townsville. It wasn't raining, mate, which is just incredible. Let's go through the games next week to try and get off whatever we just watched there. Brenton says, I need 50 sniffy jars. I'm having one now. The old sniffy jar gets you through. So Thursday we got Rabbitohs and Dragons. That's not going to be a fantastic game, but we'll hopefully it kicks up a bit of a rivalry there. Friday we got an absolutely insane day. All top 4 teams playing. Oh no, sorry, Panthers are 5th place, but if they win, they go into the top 4. Panthers versus Raiders is a belter. Storm versus the Bulldogs is an absolute belter. They have not played this season so far. And then Saturday, Manly Dolphins. Dolphins, last chance season. You have to win that game. Manly looked awful today. Manly, you're done. But like Dolphins, you need to win that game. Titans and Warriors. Warriors, a top 4 team, going up against their bogey team who they lost to about 3 weeks ago. That's a big game for the Wars and Titans to try and avoid the spoon, especially with the Knights now coming well and truly back into play. Titans win that game. They actually go above the Knights because the points difference is only 1 point swing. And then Eels Roosters as a huge game for the Roosters to maintain their top 8 spot. Eels probably avoid the spoon anyway. Knights, actually, if the Titans beat the Warriors and the Eels lose, the Eels are back in play. Knights and Broncos. Listen, Knights, for gosh sake, next Sunday is the same shit. Next Sunday could be the same shit. After a massive Friday and Saturday, we go into Knights versus the Broncos and Tigers versus the Cowboys. I'm into the stream. I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. All right, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe. Next Sunday is going to be the same shit. Oh, no. All right, guys. I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you very much, Olivia, for supporting the channel as you always do. And I will see you guys for the next game. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Can't believe we just watched that. See ya.